So you are thinking about learning Python in 2025, or maybe you are just curious if it's still worth learning at all. Well, let me make this simple. Yes, 100% yes. And in this series, I'm going to teach you how to learn it from absolute zero. The right way, the proper way, at least according to me. I am Pasang and welcome to this beginner-friendly Python series where we will cut through the noise and just focus on learning things that actually matter. This is not one of those 10-hour crash course videos where you forgot everything the moment it's over. I want this series to feel like you are learning with a friend or a personal mentor who has already gone through the trial and error so you don't have to. Why Python in 2025? Alright, quick reality check. Why Python of all and why now? Well, Python is still one of the best and one of the most in-demand programming languages in the world, and it's not slowing down. Especially since the advancement of AI, the need of Python and machine learning has been increasing rapidly. Whether you want to go into web development, data science, machine learning, automation, or just build cool little projects for fun, Python is your entry ticket. It's readable, beginner-friendly, and super versatile. And well, also because this is the language I personally started with, and Python is the one that I'm most proficient at, and since it's the beginning of my channel, it made more sense to start with the thing that I'm most familiar with. So here's what this series will cover step by step. We'll start with the absolute basics, right? As usual, installing Python, writing your first line of code, and understanding how Python actually runs and works behind the scene. Then we will move on into variables, data types, logic, loops, and function, aka the core tools you will use every day when programming. From there, we will tackle error handling, working with files, using packages, and eventually object-oriented programming. And don't worry, I'll make it as easy as possible. And by the way, we won't just be learning concepts and writing basic code. Along the way, we will build small projects that will bring everything together. I will put projects after every few videos where it makes sense. The project might be, 1 or 2 videos later or 4-5 videos later, depends on the concepts and where it will actually fit in. The projects will be simple things such as calculators, simple games, mini data apps, etc. And these projects will not be implemented at the end after the whole course, which I don't think is ideal. I'll put projects after every few videos where it makes sense. Everything will be broken down into bite-sized, easy to digest chapters or even videos. So no marathon sessions. Well, unless you want to binge watch, which honestly is your choice, because after all, everyone has their own style and pace of learning. Now, who is this series going to actually be for? This series is especially for complete beginners, but also for people who have tried to learn coding before and got stuck or overwhelmed somewhere. You could be a student, someone switching careers, a self-learner, or even someone just trying to replace a dull addiction with something a little more productive. If you have never written a line of code in your life, or if you have watched 10 tutorials and still don't really get it, you are in the right place. Or it's even for people who want to find cool projects to test themselves, because as I said, I will be implementing projects after every few videos, so you can just get ideas from it. So now a few tips to actually make this series work for you and how to get the most out of this series. Code along with me, like seriously, don't just watch. Obviously you can pause, rewind and experiment, change things and break stuff, that's how you learn. But please code, take notes, especially when something clicks. You'll thank yourself later. And lastly, build stuff. Even if it's silly, small or feels too easy, build it, because that's how you gain confidence. And you don't actually have to wait for me to drop a project. You can try doing some yourself completely as well, since you can find ideas all over the internet. Also, feel free to ask questions in the comments or share what you are building. I want this to be more than just a tutorial series. Let's make it a space where we actually grow together and share things together. Alright, that's the intro video for the series. If this sounds like the kind of series you have been looking for, then please feel free to hit subscribe and let's start this journey together. The next video, I will walk you through installing Python and writing your first script. Super simple, no stress. So yeah, I'll see you there.